Hey guys, Rules here, and welcome back to Pokemon Black and White Guide. So, we are leaving Sekka City, and we are entering into Route 8. Now, the fascinating thing about Route 8 is that it has water that you can walk on. Basically, kind of like a little moor or a swamp. In this water, you can encounter wild Pokemon battles, and this Pokemon is Chobomaki. And there's something very interesting about Chobomaki's how it evolves, and I'll get into that. I'll show that at the very end of the video, because it's like the only new way of evolution in this game. It's quite interesting. So yeah, basically just walk on the water and you'll find some, oh, here's Gamagaro, which is the evolution of that little tadpole Pokemon we ran into a while ago. And, yeah, Chobomaki, by the way, is a bug type. This Gamagaro is water ground. Yep. And so, AJV 5th should be able to tear right through it. Especially at level 80. So, yes, yeah, there's a little water windmill over there. And here's officially Route 8. That wasn't Route 8 before. But, the trainer you can battle, that blue water is water that you can surf on. Like the deep, the darker blue water, that's water you can surf on. And those little stumps kind of appear as obstacles. And here's another Gamagaro. And apparently in the winter time, the water freezes over. So, or I don't know if it freezes over, it snow covers, but according to online sources, during winter months the swamps freeze over, and there's no wild Pokemon here. All these are trainers you can battle. Right. There's also the Moor up there, but we'll get into that later. I want to go right across to Cylinder Bridge. Here's a little pathway into Cylinder Bridge. This is the second to last bridge of the game. A lot of bridges in this game. You can see the battle subway trains underneath. And you can see there's 2 trainers on this place that you can battle, and 1 that will give you an item. And yeah, just a little simple bridge. Still, as usual per this game, amazing graphics. Yep. Now we're on Route 9. All those bikers are available for battling, and as a matter of fact, you can battle some of them multiple times. This is the department store. Yes, there is a department store in this game, where you can buy all sorts of things. But here's your standard healing stuff. Here is your, let's see what's over here. Oh, here's all the Pokeballs. Well, not all the Pokeballs, but a nice selection. Curiously enough, you can't buy stones here. There's, unlike past department stores, here's the zinc and all those stat boosting items. And here is here's the X defend, X accuracy, all that stuff. There's a few trainers in here that you can battle, surprisingly enough, by talking to them. And I believe like 1 or 2 of them will give you items. Here is the TM area. I bought both TMs. There's some pretty powerful TMs, I believe. You got Impact and Hyper Beam, something along those lines. Very strong normal type moves. And down below is a cave that's only explorable after you beat the Elite Four. So here is Soryu City. Now this is one of the cities that looks differently if you have black and white. In Pokemon Black, it looks more a lot more futuristic, a lot more technologically advanced, you know, kind of like neat and clean and stuff, and less, less naturey. And there's a bunch of those rooms. There's the gym up there, that we'll be seeing in the next part. And in some of these houses, sometimes people will talk to you, or well, every time people will talk to you, but sometimes people will battle you. Sometimes people will give you items. Let's see. Oh, there's even a move tutor. Yeah, there's a move tutor called that teaches Dracometer. Not sure where that is in the city, but it's somewhere here. This is also where you're going to get the Master Ball from your professor. At some point in the story. And I believe this has with the battle. Yes, this guy will give you a triple battle. If you have Pokemon White, it'll be a triple battle. If you have Pokemon Black, it will be a rotational battle. I found out that in Pokemon, all these triple battles in Pokemon White, they're rotation battles in Pokemon Black. The only rotation battle in Pokemon White is one later on. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that they mixed it up like that. So yeah, my Pokemon are obviously over-leveled here. However, next part, you'll see them back at a lower level for when they take on the gym leader. Not much to say here, just showing up. I like this one because it's against the three monkeys, the three elemental monkeys. So this is the last town before you can face the Elite Four. This is the town with the last gym, which leaves a bunch of towns open for exploring afterwards. There's still a few towns left, so. I'm gonna give you a heads up right now. I probably won't be showing you the after stuff. My plan for the rest of this little walkthrough is I'm going to show you the last gym battle, and then I'm going to show the Elite Four. However, I will post that that's going to be spoilerific, obviously. So if you don't want spoilers on plot, or at least mild spoilers on plot, there is one big plot twist after the right after the Elite Four that's quite interesting, and it will be showed off, and it will be actually the first time I do it. So in the video when I'm talking, I won't know. Honestly, I won't know what's going on. But so if you don't want spoilers, obviously don't watch that video, and I'll warn you ahead of time. But and then I'll probably wrap up the guide. So there's probably only 3 or 4 more parts to this, and then it'll be over. So. Oh, this girl will battle you too. A lot of blue-haired people in this region. The Ace Trainers, I believe it is. No, Elite Trainer. It's probably called Ace Trainer in America, but it's Elite Trainer in Japan. I guess I'll take this time to talk about, they just released the name of the region in America. They're changing it to Unova, which is interesting. I mean, they've never actually changed the name of a region for different countries' releases. It's always been Kanto, Johto, Sinnoh, Hoenn, and then Sinnoh. It's always been that in every or at least in America and Japan. But it's kind of interesting. I liked Issue because I thought it was pretty good. And the weird thing about it is it's not like Kanto, Johto, or Hoenn or Sinnoh sounded overly American anyway. I don't understand why they'd need to change it, especially considering this is the game based upon America. So you'd think that they'd try to stick as closely as they could to the Japanese original, because this is basically Japanese trying to imitate America, or not imitate, but trying to basically be American, as evidenced by some characters who even speak English, 1 or 2, and then there's some characters that speak Spanish and some characters that speak Portuguese and whatnot. It's actually, I like that about it, because it shows kind of like, it's like America, you got all different people all speaking all different languages. It's pretty cool. So yeah, we won't head out there yet because you have to do that after being the gym leader, and that's the other way out of town. There's where the Pokemon Center is. And this is where either this guy or his daughter lives. Depending on what version you're in, and which gym leader you have, whether it be the daughter, which is in this game, or the father, that guy in Pokemon Black, the other one will be in this this house. So I like how the football player's in full gear for some strange reason, even though he's just in a house. So yeah, there's not too much to talk about here, but I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back and we're gonna explore the we're gonna explore Sekka Moor a little bit. I think because we got a little bit of time, so I think that's what we should do. Sorry if it's a little bit out of order, but whatever. Sekka Moor is basically an optional area where it's a little bit above Route 8, so. And there's actually I'm not sure if it's optional. I think there might be something plot related to get up there, but I honestly don't remember at this point. However, it's not a place that you need to pass in order to get through. It's you know, above, so we didn't pass it yet. So yeah. Here. And we never ran into the last Pokemon that's found in here. I'm not sure if we'll run into it, but it's the Magio, which is the ground electric type, and you have a 20% chance of finding it in this water here. But we haven't run into it yet. Not sure if we will. And that's cool. You can also set, I don't think I talked about this, but you can also set items. You can basically set anything into your little quick items, quick shortcuts menu there. And here, up here is where the Moor is. Sekka Moor. And again, you can surf on those dark spots. And those little dots, ignore that phone. Those little dots are pretty cool. You can find special Pokemon in there if you surf or fish on them. So that's pretty cool. And I just have to cut really quick because that's where I used a fishing rod, but you don't get the fishing rod yet, so I decided to cut that out. And that's basically it. The Sekka Moor is just a little place to wander around. Now here's what happens when you trade a Chibomaki with that little beetle thing. What's it called? Kabaroo Moo. Oh well. If you trade these two specific Pokemon, you they will both evolve, but you have to trade them specifically with each other. Otherwise it won't work. So that's neat, and that's the only new evolution, the only new way to evolve Pokemon in this game. And the evolution of it is Agiruda. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And both Pokemon evolve and do that. Alright, so join me in the next part where we take on the last gym leader. Pagai Rules, out.